Let's talk about a word you probably hear, oh, I don't know, a dozen times a day. Marketing. In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on what that word really means, and trust me, it goes way beyond just selling you stuff.
Seriously, just for a second, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For most of us, right, it's probably a loud TV commercial or a social media ad that seems to know you a little too well, and you're not wrong. But that's like saying an engine is just a single bolt. It's only one tiny piece of a much, much bigger machine.
Because what if I told you that real, effective marketing isn't about shouting at people? It's actually about listening to them. It's less of a megaphone and way more of a conversation.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll see why marketing is so much more than ads. Then we'll get into the core value exchange, what's really going on. After that, we'll open up the marketer's toolkit, the famous 4 Ps. We'll dig into what a product really is, how companies get the word out, and finally wrap it all up with why any of this actually matters. Let's do it.
Okay, so first things first, we've got to understand that modern marketing isn't just a department in a company. It's a massive shift in how businesses think about, well, everything.
And this slide, wow, it lays it out perfectly. The old way, what they call the selling concept, was simple. You start at the factory, you make a ton of stuff, and then you pay a sales force to go out and push it on people. But the modern marketing concept, it flips that script completely. You start with the customer. You figure out their needs first, and then you create something that satisfies them. It's the reason companies that obsess over their users win. The big takeaway here is a game changer. You don't find customers for your products, you find products for your customers.
And that leads us to a much, much better definition of marketing. It's all about finding a group of people who have a problem, an itch they can't scratch, an unmet need, and then creating the solution for them. The goal isn't just to sell, it's to solve.
So if marketing is about solving needs, what's that transaction actually look like? What's really being swapped back and forth between a company and its customers?
This diagram really shows the engine that drives it all. It's this constant loop, right? An industry of sellers offers products and services to a market of buyers. Now, in return, the buyers give them money, obviously. But, and this is so important, look at that other arrow. They also provide information. Their feedback, what they buy, what they complain about, that information is pure gold. It flows back to the sellers and tells them what to fix, what to improve, and what to invent next. It's a living, breathing relationship.
Now, right at the heart of this whole exchange is this idea of customer value. The easiest way to think about it is like a simple math problem. Value equals benefits minus cost. A great marketer's job isn't just to make a sale, is to make the benefits part of that equation feel so much bigger than the cost part that the customer walks away thinking, wow, I got a fantastic deal.
Okay, so how do marketers actually create and deliver all that value? Well, they use a classic, powerful framework, a set of 4 key tools that all have to work together. This is the famous marketing mix, better known as the 4 Ps.
And here they are: product, price, place, and promotion. Think of these like the 4 main knobs on a soundboard. A marketer is constantly adjusting and blending them to create the perfect mix for their target audience. You get these 4 things right, and you're in business.
And you know, this isn't just some dusty old theory from a textbook. It's a real, practical policy. How a company strategically combines these 4 elements is pretty much what decides if they sink or swim in the marketplace.
All right, let's start digging into these, starting with the first P, product. Now, this sounds super straightforward, but a product is so much more than just the physical thing you buy.
The key words to grab onto here are complex and satisfaction. See, a product is really just a bundle of utilities. Think about it. You don't buy a drill, you buy the ability to make a hole. You don't just buy a cup of coffee, you buy warmth, energy, and maybe a quiet moment to yourself. You're always buying the satisfaction of a need.
A great way to visualize this is to think of a product like an onion. At the very core, you've got the tangible stuff, the color, the design, the actual physical quality. But wrapped around that are all these intangible layers that create the real value. The warranty, the prestige of the brand name, the experience you have with customer service. A lot of the time, it's those outer layers that make you choose one product over another.
So you've created the perfect product. Awesome, but that's just P number 1. Then there's price, which is a powerful signal about value. And place, which is all about how you get the product to your customer. Is it in a store, online, through an app?
Only when you've figured all that out do you get to the fourth P, promotion. This is the part everybody thinks of as marketing, but it's really just communicating all the value you've already built into the other three Ps.
And just look at all the tools in the promotion toolbox. Advertising is just one of them. You've also got public relations, which is about earning positive press. You've got sales promotions like discounts. You've got personal selling for more complex sales, and direct marketing through things like email. A savvy marketer knows how to pick the right combination of these tools to get the job done.
So let's pull all these threads together. When a company gets its product, price, place, and promotion all working in perfect harmony, what's the end result? Why does all this actually matter?
Well, it really boils down to these three massive benefits. First, it makes people aware that a solution to their problem even exists. Second, pretty obviously, it boosts sales and brings in revenue. But maybe the most important one, the long-term goal, is that it builds the company's reputation. And a strong, trusted reputation is an asset that is absolutely priceless.
Because ultimately, when marketing is done right, it's about building relationships. It's about creating trust and making sure people are so satisfied that they don't just buy from you once, they become loyal fans of your brand for years to come.
So, we've kind of redefined marketing, haven't we? It's not about selling, it's about solving. It's a deep, strategic process that's built on understanding people. So the question I want to leave you with is this. Now that you have the basic toolkit, what unmet need do you see out there in the world, and how could you start to meet it? Thanks for tuning in.